राइट्स और ड्यूटीज क्या होती हैं। तो मार्जिनलाइज्ड कम्युनिटीज मतलब जो एक जिनको जो एक मतलब एक मार्जिन मतलब जिनका एक वो होता है कि बस पर्टिकुलर यहाँ तक ये सीमित है, या ये एक इनके आगे एक ड्रॉ लाइन है कि ये जो कम्युनिटीज़ हैं, ये समितियाँ बस यहीं तक सीमित हैं, ऑल ओवर कंट्री से या सोसाइटी से उनका कोई लेना देना नहीं। ठीक है, तो आइए आज हम पढ़ेंगे कुछ फंडामेंटल राइट्स के बारे में। फंडामेंटल राइट्स, फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज एंड डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ स्टेट पॉलिसी। सो द नीड फॉर फंडामेंटल राइट्स, गुड लिविंग कंडीशंस आर नेसेसरी फॉर द नेचुरल एंड प्रॉपर ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट ऑफ सिटीजन ऑफ एनी कंट्री। ठीक है, अब इसमें क्या कहा गया है कि अच्छे से रहना, गुड लिविंग कंडीशन बहुत ज़रूरी है और बहुत नेचुरल प्रॉपर ग्रोथ बहुत ज़रूरी है एक डेवलपमेंट सिटीजन होने के लिए या डेवलपमेंट कंट्री होने के लिए। सो बिसाइड्स fulfillment and satisfaction of our basic needs, we also need opportunities for self-development. So therefore, some basic rights, privilege must be given to people to make their life meaningful. ठीक है, कुछ क्या होते हैं, कुछ अधिकार होते हैं, कुछ तरीके होते हैं जो लाइफ को एक तरीके से चलाने के लिए। These are also essential for the successful working of democracy. The UN Declaration of Human Rights also affirms that all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. So the Indian Constitution too guarantees 6 fundamental rights to all citizens of India. These rights include right to equality, यानी कि समानता का अधिकार। ठीक है, equality is one of the basic conditions for the successful implementation of democracy. The Indian Constitution guarantees 3 types of equality: legal, civil and social. ठीक है, 3 इक्वालिटी होती है ये, लीगल, सिविल एंड सोशल। नंबर 1, लीगल इक्वालिटी मीन्स दैट ऑल सिटीजन्स ऑफ इंडिया, रिच और पुअर आर इक्वल, है ना। जो भारत के सभी नागरिक हैं, चाहे वो गरीब है चाहे वो अमीर है, सभी जो है इक्वल है, बराबर है। बिफोर द लॉ डज नॉट डिस्क्रिमिनेट बिटवीन पर्सन्स ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ रिलीजन, कास्ट, क्रीड, सेक्स और सोशल स्टेटस। ठीक है, तो जो हमारा कानून है कोई डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं करता, कोई भेदभाव नहीं करता किसी जाति को लेके, प्रजाति को लेके, गरीब अमीर को लेके, किसी धर्म को लेके। तो हमारे लॉ में जो है कोई भी ऐसा डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं है। नंबर 2, सिविल इक्वालिटी मीन्स दैट ऑल सिटीजन्स ऑफ इंडिया हैव द राइट टू वोट, द राइट टू बी इलेक्टेड एंड द राइट टू होल्ड पब्लिक ऑफिस. Every citizen of India who possesses the prescribed qualifications is entitled to contest an election for any office and is eligible for government jobs without any discrimination. So the Constitution explicitly prohibits the state from conferring any such titles on people as may create inequality in the country. However, the award of Bharat Ratna, Padma Bhushan, Padma Shri, etc. is not prohibited as these are conferred for outstanding contribution in some fields. ठीक है, जो अपनी फील्ड में अच्छा कर रहा है, बहुत अच्छा कर रहा है, उनके लिए अवार्ड्स है। कोई पर्टिकुलर किसी एक व्यक्ति के लिए नहीं है कि 1 या 2 लोगों को ये सरकार अपनी मर्जी से देती है। ठीक है, और नंबर 3, social equality means that the citizens of India shall enjoy equal opportunities of education, employment and advancement in life. The scheduled caste, the backward caste and the scheduled tribes have been given special protection in the form of reservations in education and employment to bring them at par with other sections of society. ठीक है, तो जितने भी पिछड़े हुए लोग हैं, पिछड़ी जाति के लोग हैं, दलित लोग हैं, उनको क्या है, रिजर्वेशन, आरक्षण मिला हुआ है एजुकेशन को लेके, एम्प्लॉयमेंट में। ओके, तो उन लोगों को जो है एक अलग अपना सोसाइटी में वो देने के लिए। अनटचेबिलिटी यानी कि छुआछूत हैज बीन प्रोक्लेम्ड टू बी एन ऑफेंस अगेंस्ट ह्यूमन डिग्निटी। राइट टू फ्रीडम, है ना, यानी कि स्वतंत्रता का अधिकार। पहले आया हमारा समानता का अधिकार, नेक्स्ट वन है स्वतंत्रता का अधिकार। अर्लियर देयर वाज सम मोर बट एट प्रेजेंट the Constitution guarantees 6 types of freedom to the people of India. ठीक है, 6 तरह की आज़ादी जो मेन है हम लोगों को प्राप्त है। Freedom of speech and expression means that citizens of India can express their views on all matters of public importance through writing or speeches in public. Due to this freedom, the press in India is free to criticize the government. This freedom may be restricted if a person incites people to violence or when such speech is detrimental to the friendly relations with other countries and the security of India. Number 2, freedom to assemble peacefully and without arms means that citizens of India can hold public meeting and take out processions without carrying arms or resorting to violence. However, reasonable restrictions can be imposed on this right for maintaining general law and order. Number 3, freedom to form associations and unions means that the citizens of India can form various associations to safeguard their specific interests. The workers can organize labor unions or trade unions for the protection of their interests. Freedom to reside or settle in any part of India means that the citizens of India can settle in any part of India for business or service. However, in the interest of the general public, the state may impose certain restrictions. Fifth, freedom to move freely throughout the territory of India provides that the citizens of India are free to move freely throughout the country for business, service, for recreation. Freedom to practice any profession and carry on any occupation, trade or business means that the citizens are free to adopt any profession, trade or business unless it is unlawful. So the government can, however, impose a reasonable restriction on this right by laying down certain minimum qualifications for a specific profession or technical occupation. Right against exploitation. Poverty is the basic cause of exploitation of a large section of society. In rural areas, many people borrow money from moneylenders at very high rates of interest. As and when they are unable to pay back the money, so they are forced to work for the moneylender with almost no wages. This is called beggar or bonded labor. Similarly, women and children are also exploited. Poor children are employed in large numbers in many risky industries like fireworks, slate making, safety matches, mines, etc. So they work in extremely unhygienic conditions at very poor wages and for long hours. So the Constitution protects all such exploited sections by prohibiting beggar, child labor, trafficking in women, etc. Right to freedom of religion. India is a secular state. The state does not patronize a particular religion. Our constitution guarantees to its people that freedom to profess, practice and preach any religion they like. So they are free to manage their religious and charitable institutions on their own. Different religious communities can establish and set up their educational institutions where religious instructions can be imparted. Cultural and educational rights. In India, people speak different languages, follow different traditions, way of living and culture. The Constitution provides full freedom to people to develop their regional languages, script and literature. Okay, vernacular schools and colleges may be established throughout India. The state provides financial aid to such institutions without any discrimination. The government also sponsors programs for encouraging the cultural activities of various communities. Right to constitutional remedies. This is the most important right as it protects all other rights enshrined by the Constitution. The right enables citizens to move the courts if any of his rights is violated. The fundamental rights are justiciable. The Constitution empowers the courts to issue rights order to the government to restore the rights of citizens on the petition of the citizen. It must be noted that the right to property was removed from the list of fundamental rights. Okay, Constitutional Amendment Act of 1978 made it a legal right. Nature of fundamental rights. Fundamental rights are universal in application. They are guaranteed to all the citizens without any discrimination on the basis of caste, color, creed, sex or religion. ठीक है, किसी को भी कोई राइट नहीं है भेदभाव करने का. फंडामेंटल राइट्स आर जस्टिसेबल If these rights are violated, the citizens may move the Supreme Court or High Court. अगर ऐसा कुछ फील करते हैं या होता है तो लोगों को सुप्रीम कोर्ट और हाई कोर्ट जाने की वो है आजादी. Fundamental rights are not absolute and final. Every right is restricted by certain limitations in the larger interest of the society. Some of the rights, like the right to freedom, may be suspended temporarily during the time of emergency, danger of war, or internal disturbances. There are certain laws which limit some of these rights in public interest. The Maintenance of Internal Security Act, Defense of India Rules, National Security Act, Preventive Detention Act, etc. exist in order to safeguard the interests of the nation and abridge these rights to a great extent. Directive Principles of State Policy. Part 4 of our Constitution has provided guidelines to the government to ensure the welfare of the people. So these guidelines are called Directive Principles. These principles are clear directives to promote a just social order. So the importance of these principles can be judged from the fact that the Supreme Court has referred to them as the conscience of the Constitution. It is essential that the government follows these principles in administrative and legislative lawmaking matters. Although these principles are considered primary in governance, they cannot be forced in any court of law. Fundamental duties. Rights and duties go hand in hand. Our democratic system cannot be successful unless there is a balance between the rights and the duties of citizens. So the government is the custodian of the rights of the citizens. On the other hand, the citizens must perform their duties. So the original Constitution of India did not include the fundamental duties of the citizens. These were added to the Constitution by the 42nd Amendment in 1976. The Constitution lays down 10 fundamental duties as follows. Number 1, the citizen of India should respect the Constitution, its ideals and institutions, the national flag and the national anthem. People should cherish and follow the noble ideals which inspired our national struggle for freedom. All citizens must uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India. Citizens are expected to defend the country and render national service at the time of need. It is the noble duty of all citizens to promote harmony and a spirit of brotherhood among us all the people of India. It is the duty of every citizen to value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture. Citizens should protect and improve the natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers, and wildlife, and have compassion for all living creatures. All citizens should develop scientific temper, humanism, and spirit of inquiry and reform. All citizens should safeguard public property and avoid violence as a political weapon. They should strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity so that the nation constantly rises to higher levels of endeavor and achievement. Number 11. Who is a parent of guardian to provide opportunities for education to his child? Okay, child, or is the case may be born between the age of 6 and 14 years. Fundamental duties have been incorporated in the Constitution to make the citizens patriotic and to promote the idea of harmony and to strengthen the nation. Efforts made for the marginalized communities to realize their rights. Marginalized communities होती हैं जो ऐसी प्रजातियां कुछ सीमित होती हैं, वो जैसे आदिवासी होते हैं ना, इस तरह से. The Constitution and the government, as directed by the former, have made sincere efforts for the welfare of the marginalized communities. Example, the scheduled castes, है ना, जो आदिवासी होते हैं, the scheduled tribes and other backward castes to realize their rights, यानी कि जो दलित होते हैं वो. Constitutional provisions. Number 1, Article 15(1) provides that there will be no discrimination on the basis of creed, race, sex, caste or birthplace. But if any special provision is made for the backward classes, including the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes, it will not be considered discrimination. Article 17 of the Constitution has banned the practice of untouchability. Now it is a punishable offence. According to Article 25(2)(b), all the religious institutions will remain open for the Hindu caste and classes. Number 4. According to Article 29(2), admission to any educational institution of the government or government-aided institution cannot be denied to any citizen of India on the basis of creed, caste, race or language. According to Article 335, full consideration will be kept for the service and posts of the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes in the central and state government office. According to Article 338, the President of India will appoint a special officer who will inquire and report to the President about the implementation of the safeguards guaranteed by the Constitution for the scheduled caste and tribes. Number 7. According to the Article 339, a commission will be instituted for inquiry and report to the President about the administration of scheduled areas and the welfare of the scheduled tribes. Article 46 of the Directive Principles of State Policy provides that the state will be protect and develop the educational and economic interest of the weaker sections, especially scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, and will protect them from social injustice and exploitation. Number 9. Article 330 and 332 give the right of reservation, means arakshan of seats to the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes in the Lok Sabha and the state assemblies according to the proportion of their population to the total population in a state. Measures taken by the government for the welfare of the marginalized. In 1955, the Untouchability Abolition Act was framed. Anyone practicing untouchability in any form was to be punished by law. The Protection of Civil Rights Act 1976 and the Prevention of Atrocities Act 1990 were framed to provide punishment for acts of untouchability and atrocities. Adequate arrangements for the representation of the scheduled caste and tribes and other backward castes have been made. The central and state government reserve seats for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and other backward castes in their services. Besides, these classes have been given many other facilities and exemptions, example, lower age relaxation of qualification, experience, etc. Special facilities for imparting education have been given to the marginalized communities. These include one, coaching of competitive examinations for which funds are to be arranged by the center and states. Number 2, scholarship from class 6 to 10 by the state government. Third, textbook, book grants, loans, etc. Arrangements for hostels for SC, STs and girls. Vocational training in tribal areas. Number 5, separate welfare departments have been set up in different state and union territories to protect and promote their interests. Okay, so these all of the topics are covered in this chapter. I hope you all are very well understand this. So we will meet you the next class. Thank you and have a